Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. Many people know the name Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, but how many of us know the name Dr. Donnie Gold? I don't know if anybody even would have heard of this name, but yet he is my tech hero. As a parent of children in Israel during this wartime, it's very nerve-wracking. My kids say it's like Star Wars outside, but this isn't a galaxy far, far away a long, long time ago. This is real, and it's keeping me up at night. And yet, the person who I have to thank, and I think we as a Jewish people have to thank, is this tech hero named Brigadier General Donnie Gold. Dr. Gold has two PhDs in business and electrical engineering. He was a father of two, and he came up with the idea of Iron Dome. He was serving as the head of research and development for the IDF, and he was very bothered after watching all the rockets fall that he said, we have to do something about this. So he went to 24 different companies in order to develop an idea like Iron Dome, and he got rejected by every single one. And so therefore he sat down and he mapped it out himself. Most people just rejected him because they said there's no way you could shoot down a rocket here, a rocket there, but how are you going to be able to shoot down all these different rockets? But yet he pushed and pushed and pushed, and he convinced Amir Peretz, the defense minister, to put a few $100 million into it. They got 40 high-tech workers, and they created the first battery. Finally, they were able to get $444 million from America to create this and make it into reality. It's very expensive to run Iron Dome. It's amazing to watch it, where you see it shoots down. It's able to pick up which rockets are going to fall on which areas, and then it's able to knock down just those rockets. It's an amazing technology. In this week's parsha, we're told how Hashem counts the Jewish people. So Rashi mentions how the counting is because Hashem loves us so much. So when you have something very dear to you, you keep counting it. When somebody has a lot of money, they want to keep checking their bank accounts. They want to see how much money they have. It's very, very dear to them. If you have a lot of baseball cards, so you start counting, you look at each one, they're numbered, they're put in an album, they're made special. But the Ramban points out that counting is not always positive. If we look in the Shmuel, we see how David counted the Jews and was punished for this count. So is the counting good? That it's very chaviv, it's very precious for Hashem, so he counts the Jewish people? Or is it bad because when David counted, he got punished for counting? So which is it? Good or bad? So it really depends on why and how you're counting. If you count because you find them precious, you find the people precious, so that's a good count. But if you're counting because they're just a number, it's just a number. You're in a number. They put numbers on the Jews in the Holocaust. They weren't people. They were, to the Germans, they were numbers. That's why we say names, not numbers, to show that each individual is important, just not a number. So numbers could show preciousness, or it could show that we don't value individuals. We counted the days from Pesach to Shavuos, and during those days, we mourn the fact that Rabbi Akiva's students were all killed, that the Jews were killed during this time. And yet we didn't learn from that lesson. If you looked in Israel, you looked in the Jewish world now, at that time, we're fighting each other. We're going from election to election. Right? We didn't learn the lesson. And so then what happens? We start mourning Meron, this terrible, terrible tragedy that I spoke about. And yet, we still argue. We still fight within each other. We're still not learning the lessons one another from dealing with one another. Do we really need a war to bring us together? Is that it? Is that the only thing that's going to bring us together, that we won't have another elections, more fighting, more infighting, more protests in the street? Is that the the only way to end the endless circle of protest, violence, and elections? Is that the only way? We should take the lessons of Danny Gold. We should take the lessons of what we could accomplish when we come together. Hashem promises us that we will be protected. And he showed it with this amazing Iron Dome. We'd have thousands and thousands of rockets dropping on all over Israel. And Hashem showed this miracle. It's such a miracle that it's being able to pull and shoot down these individual things. It's incredible. It's the only thing that's keeping me able to sleep at all at night. And I'm having trouble sleeping at night because of this war. But this is it. Hashem's promising us he will protect us. But we have to be able to come together and become a people. Not just a number, but a people where every single individual counts. And I think that if we do that, if we push to recognize each other, Hashem will continue to help protect us and make us a strong nation. I wish you a great Shabbos.